Hello, 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 probando. Hello, testing. I'm not sure. Yeah, perfect. I think I'm live. Yeah, we are live. Yeah, perfect. Okay, hello everyone. Today is a really wonderful day to test Fedora Silverblue 35. The reason I want to test this Linux distribution is because it looks really interesting. It's something different. I think the way Fedora is pushing technology is the way to go, and yeah, it's something that provides you a new way of testing things without worry of breaking something. So let's go install Fedora 35 Silverblue. That's the first thing I'm gonna do. I think I already download the ISO. Yeah, I have the ISO over here. Let's go, let's go. Where's the ISO? Fedora Silverblue. Perfect. I don't want express install because it doesn't work anyways. Yeah. Custom, I think I'm good with this, but let me go with 4 gigabytes. Perfect. Create. Yeah. In this case, I'm gonna use GNOME boxes. I think it's a good way because any distribution that has GNOME, it works really well as a guest distribution on GNOME boxes. To be honest, and there is no difference between. For me, there is no difference between Build Manager and GNOME boxes. The experience is really good, and GNOME boxes is, to be honest, really minimalistic. Yeah. So we are gonna install Fedora Silverblue 35 first. Maybe you're wondering what the heck is Fedora Silverblue? Well, it's becoming more and more popular inside and outside the Fedora world. So based on feedback from the community, here the answers to some interesting questions. I'm reading there is an interesting article on Fedora magazine, and I think you should read if you want to know. But basically, what is Silverblue? Silverblue is a code name for the new generation of the desktop operating system previously known as Atomic Workstation. The operating system is delivered in images that are created by utilithind, or whatever you want to say, the RPM OS3 project. The main benefits of the system are speed, security, automatic updates, and immutability. Yeah, it's an immutable system, and the way it works is basically you are gonna focus on your workflow, not on the system. And if you wanna test and install many things, you don't need to worry too much because you are not gonna modify the host system. Basically, what it means is in short, doesn't have any hidden meaning. It was chosen after roughly 2 months when the project previously known as Atomic Workstation was rebranded. Yeah, there were over 150 words or word combinations reviewed in the process. Interesting. Anyways, this Linux distribution, Silverblue, it works with OS3 as a package manager, and that combines a Git-like model for committing and downloading bootable file system trees, together with a layer to deploy them and manage the bootloader configuration. OS3 is used by RPM OS3, a hybrid package image based system that Silverblue use. Yeah, it's not the typical DNF, and that OS3 is gonna not only download the images, it's going to provide you an image, and then after the installation or updates, you need to reboot the system every single time. So every single new thing that you add to your system is not gonna be available until you reboot the system. So the system during the boot is gonna choose the new image. If you have a new if you found problems after a new update or installation of something, you can fall back to the previous image. So yeah, it's immutable and is not altered by during the process. You can fall back, and yeah, it works in kind of like Android systems, like Android, iOS, macOS. They're like that as well, immutable system. And to be honest, I'm so excited because I think the way I wanna work is by using containers. Yeah. Let's choose the, oh sorry, I got distracted by the explanation. English, whatever, yeah. Well, in my case, I have a Spanish keyboard, so yeah, I have no other choice. Perfect. Installation, yeah. This distribution, Silverblue, be careful because there is a warning, and basically this distribution is still not ready for manual installation, like choosing your own partitions, because the way it works is by mounting. Let me check the, I think it's, yeah, exactly. Basically it mounts a home partition inside of bar dash home. Then you have bar log, bar containers. So it's not the typical Fedora workstation or other different distribution, because it's immutable. It changed the location of the basically the part that it can change, the part that is going to change, the home partition, the logs, and the containers. Yeah, it has those three at least, those folders that are mentioned here. It has to be linked or mounted inside of bar. Yeah. So be careful if you are gonna choose manual partitioning. You have to at least take into consideration these three folders. You can go to the documents, Fedora project doc or org, Fedora Silverblue installation process, the guide. Yeah, basically. So let's choose the disk and automatic process. Yeah, done. Language support, yeah, whatever. In my case, I'm gonna change location to where I'm living, whatever. And begin installation. Yeah, finally. Yeah, indeed. I think the best way to describe this Linux distribution is this distribution doesn't change, it's immutable, and it's force you to use Flatpaks and containers. If you love containers, then this is gonna be your distribution, because basically it forces you to use the containers. The good news is that you have available. Okay, the good news is that you have available a new tool called Toolbox. Yeah, Toolbox basically, as an immutable host, Silverblue is an excellent platform for container-based development and for working on containers. Build and Podman are recommended. Yeah, there is one tool called Builda. I don't know how to pronounce properly, but and then you have Podman. Podman is the replacement for Docker. Yeah, the new version, or I think already replaced Docker, or at least is being recommended by all the Linux distributions. So I'm not sure what is gonna happen in the future. Silverblue also comes with the Toolbox utility, which use containers to provide an environment where development tools and libraries can be installed and used. Yeah. Why use Toolbox? Toolbox makes it easy to use a containerized environment for everyday software development and debugging on immutable operating systems like Fedora Silverblue. It provides a familiar package-based environment in which tools and libraries can be installed and used. However, Toolbox can also be used on package-based systems. Using Toolbox for running your workflows in a containerized manner brings you several advantages. It keeps the host OS clean and stable, yeah, and helps to avoid the clutter that can happen after installing a lot of development tools and packages. You get access to different versions of supported distributions independent of the version you're running. Yeah, running containers are a good way to isolate and organize the dependencies needed for different projects. Containers are a safe space to experiment. If things go wrong, it's easy to throw a toolbox away and start again. Basically, a toolbox is a modified version of a container and allows you to run graphical applications in a really easy way, basically. And you can run a container based on Fedora 30 workstation 35, but you also can access to 34, 33, or whatever version is still on, that still has support, and maybe for some reason you wanna try something on 34 and in an older version, maybe because you found yeah, like issues, problems, sometimes happens. Yeah. Well, Toolbox, how it works. Toolbox takes the work out of using containers by providing a small number of simple commands to create, enter, list, and remove containers. It also integrates Toolbox container into regular working environment to make it easy for you to use them as in every development space. Here mentioned too much as a development from a development perspective, but also if you are you can use them as a normal user. You should know that the home partition is being exposed to the container. That's why you can use Toolbox like if it was a normal operating system from your home partition, because you have your personal stuff over there. So you can use the apps from the Toolbox in a regular way, But yes, you should take into consideration that if you create multiple Toolbox and maybe you wanna check the same app from different versions or something like that, yeah, it's gonna use the same config files inside your home partition. So be careful with that. It's the only thing. It's not like I'm 100% agree with that. It's not safe. Toolbox is not safe. I think they don't claim that it's safe. It's an isolated container, but it's not as insulated as a normal container, Podman, So yeah, if you wanna use, for example, if you wanna use a container for services, for a workstation or working production, whatever, make sure you use Podman with the proper environment settings, and make sure you only allow the container to have access to some volumes, not your entire home partition, of course. So I don't think Toolbox is for services, or for, yeah, for a working environment, no. For In order to test stuff, yes, but always taking into consideration that your home partition is exposed. Yeah. Well, in case, okay, your first, yeah, I'm gonna show you how to install Toolbox. Yeah. You should know that Fedora Silverblue and Workstation as well, they have Podman and Toolbox installed by default. So you don't need to install them and set up the rootless access. You don't need to do that. It's already set. Yeah, that's a good news. I think I'm, yeah, that's a good, perfect. Yeah, the audio is perfect. Okay, what else? Well, as I said, Fedora Silverblue is an immutable OS. What are the benefits of an immutable OS? Having the root file system mounted read-only by default increases resilience against accidental damage, as well as some types of malicious attack. The primary tool to upgrade or change the root file system is RPM-OS3. Yeah. Another benefit is robustness. It's really robust. Yeah. It's nearly impossible for a regular user to get the OS to the state when it doesn't boot or doesn't work properly after accidentally or unintentionally removing some system library. Yeah. Try to think about this kind of experience from your past and imagine how Silverblue could help you there. Yeah, and in a way that if you wanna install something that is not available, let's say you want to install an app that you like, a program that you like, and that program is not available on Flatpak from the Flatpak source, then you can try Toolbox. Toolbox will be inside of a container insulated, and inside that container is based on Fedora Workstation. You install the program by using DNF, just like that. You can add the RPM Fusion repositories as well inside the container. I don't understand why there is a RPM Fusion available for Silverblue. I mean, I get that, but if we are claiming that Fedora Silverblue is a safer and immutable system, I think by adding the RPM Fusion repository, I'm not sure. Maybe it's just in case you wanna install the proprietary um, drivers. Yeah. But I wouldn't touch the system in that regard. In my case, I'm using Intel, and it used the free open source driver from Mesa, I think. So I don't need to touch anything. That's good. Yeah. Okay, so as I said, the way Silverblue is managing the packages applications is by using as the first source Flatpak is the recommended one, but you can also install from Toolbox. But if you got really desesperated, you can try RPM OS3 and install something specifically, but don't go crazy. Yeah. Yeah. I think I mentioned almost everything, but yeah. if everything goes well with this Linux distribution as an immutable system, I think this will be the feature for every kind of Linux distribution, at least the most popular ones, if they decide to adopt this technology. According to the Fedora developers, they think immutable system atomic updates are the feature. So who knows? Maybe the next workstation will be an immutable system. So the next workstation will be Silverblue. Yeah, who knows? It's not sure, but I think the way it's working right now is really nice and stable. Not issues, no problems. I haven't found anything strange, to be honest. Even I notice a better performance versus a workstation, but perhaps it's because it's immutable and I'm not touching anything. It keeps the system really clean in comparison with Fedora Workstation by adding the RPM repositories, blah blah blah. You know, and that's the difference. So, for example, in my case, I'm using Fedora Workstation right now, but I'm using Workstation like if it was Silverblue right now. So I'm using Toolbox and I'm using Flatpaks only. I removed everything from the host system. For example, the RPM Fusion repositories, I removed them and I clean everything. Yeah, and it's working fine. Yeah. If I need something specifically, I can go to Toolbox. Inside Toolbox, I have everything, including the RPM Fusion repositories, so I can just install whatever I want. Yeah. Let's reboot. How many times do I need to press the button? Okay, thank you. Perfect. Let's wait. How it works, blah blah blah. I think I already mentioned Toolbox. I'm gonna show you how it works, of course. That's the most important part. But first, let's check for updates. By the way, this is Fedora Silverblue 35, but it's the same, exactly the same as Fedora Workstation 35. And one of the new features, one of the new things in this system is includes GNOME 41 support for power modes. So now you can choose between performance, balance, power saver mode from settings. It's a nice feature. You can install the package in the previous versions of GNOME. I don't remember the name of the package. I think it's over here, but I don't know where I saw the yeah, it's called Power Profiles Daemon. Yeah, the package is Power Profile Daemons. So if you have GNOME 40, you can enable the profiles as well. Yeah. And what is going on? Why it's okay? Let me turn it on. Whatever. Okay. What else? Redesigned software apps. Yeah. The new design is much better than the previous GNOME 40. I think it looks kind of interesting. Yeah. There is a new app called Connection Apps. New Connection app introduced the Connection app, which facilitates remote control. It's basically the new remote control for BNC and RTP protocols. Yeah, why not? Okay, start setup. No, thank you. Yeah, kinda I need it right now. Yes, why not? I think this is going to enable the, if I'm not mistaken, the third party from the Linux, no, from Fedora Flatpak repository. There is one repository, the Fedora one, and then you have the Flathub one. I think it's kind of redundant if I enable third party and then I enable Flathub, but Flathub contain more. So yeah, it doesn't matter. Um, no, not right now. Thank you. Let's put a really complicated name, Fedora, and let's put a really complicated password. Yeah, twice type. Yeah. Okay, it's done. What else? There's a new app called Parental Controls. In order to have a parental control functionality, this allows you to block a standard user from using the web browsers and other applications you don't want them to use. For if you yeah, if you have children, you can enable the parental control. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Another improvements for you can find in GNOME 41 is that now includes a multitasking panel in settings. That's cool. If your computer has access to a cellular network modem, the settings app will show you the new mobile network panel. Ah, that's cool. I never noticed the difference, but I guess I never tried before. Yeah. The Files app can now create encrypted, password-protected zip files. Nice. Okay. Okay. New improvements about Paperware Wayland on NVIDIA. Yeah. And lip input improvements. Pipewire is an unified audio and video server that first appeared in Fedora Workstation 34 and now includes a mature and now includes improved Bluetooth handling support for pass-through and audio signals over HDMI. Okay, that's cool. And also more media and wide plumber improvements, NVIDIA proprietary driver improvements for Wayland and leap input. Also improvements related to that, high resolution scrolling, for example. Yeah, that's cool. The new third-party repositories, yeah, now it's available in a different way. Perfect. Okay, so that's it. Why is not working? What's going on? I think I did something wrong. Oh, okay, now I understand. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Yeah, thank you so much. No, thank you. Yeah, now we are good. Okay, the first thing I do is to open the GNOME software. Yeah, and I check for new software updates. First, we are gonna update the system in case, and then we are gonna add the Flathub repository. Yeah, let's check the web page. Flatpak.org. Yeah, and let's go for setup and Fedora. Yeah, perfect. And there is a command. Okay, I prefer the command because I'm using a virtual machine. Yeah. Okay, so we already talked about the improvements and new features on Fedora 35 workstation. Perfect, this is done. How to raise? Yeah, I'm gonna show you as well about the rollback, how to do that. That seems really important, I think, something to cover. Toolbox, yeah, that will be the next thing. But what else? I think I'm missing something, but I'm not sure. Uh, yeah, I need to add Flathub. Perfect. You should follow the guide from documents on Fedora project. Um, there is a section for Fedora Silverblue, and I'm using getting started. So here is telling you basically after installing the system, go to Flathub web page and add the repository. That's another one thing. Then what else? How to install a Flatpak application from the web page if you wanna do that like that. Yeah, one thing that you need to install for real is something like a libvirt. Anything that is related to virtual machines, yeah, you need to install that from RPM OS 3 on the real host system. There is no way you can install libvirt on Toolbox. It's impossible because it's like try to install the entire virtualization system inside of a virtual machine. So it's impossible. So if you wanna install Genome boxes, I could use Genome boxes from Flatpak, but sometimes it's not that good. So if you wanna have full support, for example, the bridge utils, in order to have like a perfect bridge network bridge with the host system, it's much better if you install Genome boxes on the host system instead of Flatpak or yeah, as I said, on Toolbox it doesn't work anyways. So I would say that in case of you want to install a build manager, Genome boxes or any app related to virtualization, you have to install with RPM OS 3. Yeah. What else? I think I'm missing something, but I don't sure. Yeah. This is gonna take forever because it's the first time, and it's gonna download the entire it's gonna download the entire yeah, the catalog, and yeah, all the database. It's gonna take a while, just a few minutes more. The second time is gonna take nothing. Yeah. Anyway, something really interesting is that Toolbox, it will be available in, well, it is available on Arch Linux. I already tested Toolbox on Arch Linux, and basically it works fine. The only thing is that it's only available with the Fedora Toolbox images. So yeah, I was trying to check if, I'm not sure, but maybe you can add like an Arch Linux image inside Toolbox, but because Toolbox is technically a tool from Fedora, it was created by Fedora. The only images available, officially speaking, are the Fedora workstation and the Red Hat images, but anything else. I heard that some people try to add an image from the Docker repository, but there was no luck, because every time you want to, you can add the image, it creates a container, but then when you do like a toolbox enter, it fails. So I assuming it's only compatible with Fedora images, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah. Okay, so let's go here. Yeah, this is gonna take a while, but I prefer to do that like that. Yeah. Um, Here I can just press this. Let's see how much it's gonna take. But basically I'm forced to reboot if I wanna apply the new images. This is from the system, but this is from Flatpak. Yeah, all of this is from Flatpak. Yeah, application updates, and these ones are from, yeah, from the system OS 3. For some reason it requires Firefox. Yeah, it has all Fedora Workstation as well. It is using Firefox from the main repository instead of Flatpak. I think the reason is because when you use the when you use the genome extension for integration, and when you wanna if you wanna install the extensions, basically the only way to connect with the extensions app is by using the Firefox from the system. If you use the Firefox from Flatpak, it doesn't work. That's why Fedora decided to add Firefox to the system. Yeah, in my case, I'm using Firefox from Flatpak, and then I'm using the Firefox from system just for the extensions. But yeah, I think they are working on that. I read something in those forums, and the bug is being reported, and I think they are trying to basically move the extensions installation capability to the extension apps instead of trying to install the extensions from Firefox. It makes no sense forcing you to use Firefox in order to install the extensions. It's much better if they integrate everything inside of the extensions application. It makes more sense. I think it's a good fix. Yeah. Okay, so once it's gonna reboot, let's try to add finally. I know this is taking forever, but yeah, this is real life in life. The installation technically took like nothing, but I was distracted. Yeah, it's less than that. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna try to make a video, like a short video, or try to cut the parts from this live streaming, and maybe I can make a new video, like a short version, perhaps. Yeah, why not? That might be helpful for others who don't wanna check this live streaming. It's so annoying, I know. Okay, Fedora. Perfect. Okay, so let's add the Flag Hub repository finally. So you can go to the Flatpak org and choose your distribution, and then use the Fedora quick setup and copy the command, for example, or just click the button Fedora repository file and add the Fedora repository from there. So it doesn't really matter. So let's do that quickly. Terminal. Yeah. Uh, pa, 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 pa. Yeah, exactly. And just like that, it's gonna add the entire Flathub repository. Perfect. What else? Pa, 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 pa. Yeah, finally. And I think it's gonna update because I haven't updated it hasn't updated the apps, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I want to copy the live streaming link, but I'm not sure if the live streaming is correct, the streaming. But I'm gonna assume that if I copy the link to a new location, for example, let me try something. I'm not sure about that. What is if I copy the link from like that? No, it doesn't allow me to check the no. How can I copy the link from the video, from the live streaming, in order to? And where is the sharing button if I wanna share the live streaming from here? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to do. Okay, it says studio, but I don't want to access to a studio. I want to access to YouTube, for example. Yeah, I think I get it right now. Studio, but I don't want to access to a studio. I want to access to YouTube, for example. Yeah, something like that. I think it's might work right now. Let's try to add something on Twitter, for example. Well, I don't want to share the link on Twitter right now, but let's try something different. Let me copy the link over here. Yeah, for a friend, for example. It doesn't matter. Just like that. Okay, so yeah, now it's updating of the apps. It's kind of annoying, but yeah, I have to do that if I want to continue with the if I want to continue with the next thing I want to do is the toolbox. Yeah, I need to check the toolbox. Okay, while this is updating, it doesn't matter. Whoa, this is so slow. I think I wish I could disable the animations from here right now, but okay, the only way you can't modify the genome settings like animations, the tweaks from tweaks. Yeah, the only way is by installing the app genome tweaks from OS3. There is no other choice because the app is not available on Flatpak. It's not gonna connect from. Oh wait. Yeah, it's gonna connect from Toolbox because I already did. Yeah, indeed. Okay, so let's introduce the Toolbox. Basically, you are gonna open the terminal. Yeah, you have Toolbox, and you can create a new one like that. Toolbox create, and it's gonna what? Okay, Toolbox. Slow down, Aaron. Slow down. Toolbox create something like that, and it's gonna create a container based on Fedora 35, the same version as your host system. Yeah, and yeah, let's download the first image. It's gonna download the image for the first time, but then you don't need to download the image too often. Yeah, I think 500 megabytes, so annoying. Okay, whatever. Oh, perfect. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't want to share the link on Twitter yet. I was testing that. Perhaps I'm gonna like create a new video from the live streaming and do some cuts and then create a new video, and from there I'm gonna share the video. I don't care. Yeah. So once we are gonna create a toolbox container, we can have access to the Fedora 35 workstation. Yeah, and we can install everything we want inside of a container. Yeah. Okay. I mean, you can ask whatever you want. I mean, can you write on the chat? I mean, the YouTube chat. I'm talking with a friend, and basically, I'm asking if she wants to join the chat. Okay. Because it's the first time, I think it's the first time I do a live streaming, so it's normal. There is no one. It's normal. Once I'm gonna make more videos, and maybe next time I'm gonna live stream more times, then probably I'm gonna have more people. Who knows? Okay, the toolbox is already created. It creates a Fedora Toolbox 35 based on Workstation 35. So you can enter with, and basically you have an explanation over here, like Toolbox, enter, because it has no name. So yeah, but you can create a toolbox with a custom name, and you can have different toolbox if you want. So that's the good thing. Even if the tool is kind of limited, I think it's limited, but you at least you have the option for a different toolbox. So I wouldn't recommend to have everything inside the same toolbox, because according to the container philosophy, if you want to have offer something, it's much better if you keep the services separated in different containers, unless you just want a container for personal stuff. But yeah, let's enter the container. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Now you are inside of Fedora Workstation. It's not Fedora Workstation, but it's Fedora, the normal one. Fedora sudo DNF update. Let's check. Yeah, exactly. So basically you can do here the same thing you are doing on Fedora Workstation or any spin you are using, and you can install everything you want. Yeah, without altering the host system. Yeah. That's weird. Why is so slow this time? Yeah, maybe it's because of the live streaming, but I have plenty of bandwidth. Yeah, I have plenty. And as I said, you can just add the RPM Fusion repositories as well if you wanna do that. Let's do that. I think it's good to know, because maybe, and the good thing is that the container can has access to your hardware. So if you want to enable, for example, like video hardware accelerations, and you want to install the proprietary drivers like NVIDIA, Intel, AMD, whatever you want to install, inside Toolbox is gonna have the hardware support as well. Not as a normal container, but Toolbox, at least you can do that. Yeah, that's a good thing. I like it. That's why you don't need to modify the host system. That's the good thing. Okay, let's update for a second. Yeah. Yeah, if people like this method, this new system as well, I'm gonna record a short video because that might be watching this live streaming might be a kind of nightmare, but yeah. And yeah, perfect. Okay, it's updated. Let's add the RPM fusion. Let's copy the command, for example. It's the easy way from here. So I'm gonna add the free and non-free RPM fusion and problem solve. In case I want to install something else, I can do that. What are you doing? Let's try like that. Okay. Ah, okay, now. Perfect. So as an example, I can install an app. What could I install? Okay, let's install, for example, if you wanna check, I don't know, you can install Steam, enf install Steam. If you want to install Steam, you can do that. Okay, it has to reload the repositories. Perfect. That's because the first time, so it's gonna take a while. It's okay. But for example, here, how much? Only 265. Oh, that's not much. Perfect. For example, you can install Steam, any graphical application you want. I wouldn't install Steam from Toolbox. You can use Steam from the Flatpak. The Flatpak version works really fine. So, but just as an example, when you don't, if you don't have available the app on Flatpak, you can go for Toolbox. That's a good thing. So you have this Toolbox, then you have the Flatpak. I think this one was updating, yeah, and it's already finished. And for example, you can check here Steam. Where is Steam? Oh, don't tell me that I need to reboot okay, perfect. I thought I had to reboot reset the Genome software. Yeah, no. So you have Steam from Flatpak here, and in my case it works. It works really fine. I don't need to go for the container, to be honest. Yeah. As long as something is available on Flatpak, you don't need to go for Toolbox. As long as it's working right, to be honest. Yeah. Another thing, you can have access to the Podman as well. You can check. Let me exit from the exit. No, I want to access. Let me open a new one. Perfect. Can I have access to the? Oh, this is gonna be a problem. Okay, let me do that from here. New window. Perfect. Okay. You can, what it was, okay, Podman, you can check, there is a container that Toolbox add. And basically, Toolbox is is connected to Podman and is doing all the job, the difficult stuff for you. Because if you wanna create a container with all the capability for graphical environment, yeah, that's are a lot of parameters that you have to set. So Toolbox is doing the job for you, but you can check here. There is yeah, here the container is running Fedora Toolbox 35. So you can manage the Toolbox container from here as well, because it's the same. Toolbox is basically using Podman. Yeah. I think I'm missing something. Let me check. Okay, perfect. Okay, as I said, about Toolbox. Yeah, it's a container. It's easy to use. That's the way. Now, for example, yeah, this one is normal. Don't worry about this. That is because you cannot install Flatpak inside the container. It's gonna break. But the rest of apps is gonna work. So yeah, basically Flatpak requires to be used on the host. So there are some apps like Flatpak, then the libraries for virtualization, Build Manager, and other ones that are not compatible for the container, but you can use, for example, in this case, Steam, even though that is depends on Flatpak, but it doesn't really matter, I think. I never tried Steam. Yeah, yeah, look at that, it's working. I never tried Steam from Toolbox, so I wasn't sure, to be honest. Inside Toolbox is gonna have the hardware support as well. No, not as a normal container, but Toolbox at least you can do. Perfect. Okay, I was checking the live streaming. Okay, so for example, Toolbox, the way it works, Toolbox takes the work out of using containers by providing a small number of simple commands to create, enter, list, and remove containers. So that's the way. So for example, yeah, the container in on Toolbox is gonna use your existing username and permissions, access to your home directory, as I said, and several other locations, access to both system and session debus, system journal, and Kerberos, yeah, and common commands, lines, tools, including the package manager DNF from Fedora, yeah, and that's why you can't pretend to use Toolbox for work production and services. For example, like, oh, I wanna use Toolbox if was like a server for the company. No, don't do that. Use Podman. Yeah, that's the reason why. I think from the beginning it was something like, okay, we are gonna create this toolbox for development testing purpose, but right now it's like becoming a thing. It's becoming a thing for normal users, I believe. That's why on a distribution like Fedora Silverblue, it makes more sense, to be honest. So for the first time, normal users are gonna use containers. So who knows, maybe in the future the toolbox is gonna be integrated on Genome software app, the store, and maybe you can from there install an app and use the source toolbox, and maybe it's gonna do the process for you. Who knows? That could be great. Okay, so this is working. You can see it's working fine. I don't need to open right now the Steam. Let's close the process. Okay, so here you have the container. It's gonna be identified as Fedora Toolbox on the terminal. And to know if you are inside, you have like a purple circle over here, and the name of the host name is different from the system. Fedora Toolbox, and the purple circle. So you know you are inside Toolbox. So let's exit, and you can see, and now it's different. Now it's gonna now you are on your host system, so be careful with the difference between. Yeah, okay, I think that's everything I wanted to do. Oh, okay, yeah, I need to add, yeah, okay, maybe you're just wondering, okay, I installed Steam from Toolbox, how can I open to Steam in a easy way? Because yeah, right now you don't have a Steam here. There is no Steam. Okay, one thing I do is from Toolbox, copy the desktop file from user share applications desktop file, and I copy that file inside my home. Then I modify the desktop file. Or a different way, you can just do toolbox run. In this case, there is no need to specify anything else because I only have one container with no name. Steam, something like that. I'm not sure. I never try. Okay, just like that, exactly. So, can you close, please? Thank you. For example, let's enter inside the toolbox. Toolbox, enter. And inside the toolbox, let's copy the desktop file that is inside the container that was created when we installed the Steam app inside the container. You know, in your regular Linux distribution in the real machine, you will have all the desktop files add to your user share applications folder over there. In this case, it's not in the real machine, but it's inside the container. But you can move the desktop file from the container to your home partition that is already mounted in the container. That's why it's easy. So user share applications, and what else we have? Steam. And what I do is well, let's put ampersand like that, local share applications. This is inside my home partition. Yeah, applications, and let's call it in order to identify better toolbox desktop. Yeah. Okay, perfect. And I always install Vim, sudo dnf install Vim inside the toolbox. For example, in this case, install Vim. Yep. Oops. Yeah. For me, it's much better if I wanna edit a file with Vim. I can use Nano or whatever, but Vim is my friend. Yeah. Perfect. So let's go to cd local share applications and edit the file. Let's give the permissions it needs for I'm not sure it's from here or from the host. Show chmod +x Steam, but I'm not sure it's gonna conserve the no, because I'm in a container and the permissions cannot be altered by the container because this is the home. I don't know, I'm not sure, but I can do that from the host. It doesn't matter. Bin Steam. Yep. And from here, for example, the name, I'm gonna name it Steam Toolbox, something like that. Forget about the rest, but I would prefer to can I do that like that? Yeah, I can do that. Perfect. I don't need this right now, to be honest. Perfect. No, that's too much. It doesn't matter. I can do that manually. Exec equals so inside the exec you are gonna put like toolbox run Steam, something like that, the same command I used before. That's it. Then the icon, probably you might need to create a new icon and put the icon inside local share icons, perhaps. Yeah, so let's put it like that. For example, home, no home, it's not home, it's, I think it's not inside home, it's inside var whatever, but it doesn't matter. I don't need to do that now. Okay, toolbox and steam, and then I think I don't need to modify anything else. This is just complementary. You don't need to remove this if you want. Usually remove everything, but I need to, oh yeah, I have alternative here, so that's a problem. When you have an alternative exec, it's gonna take, it's gonna give you problems because, okay, I can do this really fast. Yeah, I can do that, but it's taking forever. Okay, whatever. Okay. Yeah, actually it's much better if I clean the file for you. And there is an alternative exec over here, and I don't need it either, because it's gonna take always the alternative for some reason. That's what I don't like. This is an alternative as well, really? Okay, let me remove everything. Yeah, there's too much stuff. In order to execute an app, to be honest, you don't need anything, all this stuff. It's too much. This is just for language compatibility, but if you care, you can just add your language and that's it. Yeah. Let me remove everything. Why there is so much stuff over here? It could be, I think the creator of this file was so crazy because you can just mix everything and reduce the number of lines. I don't know. Exec toolbox run steam. Perfect, something like that. So let's save the file. Let's go outside, and from the host system, let's modify the permissions because I'm not sure. CD, whatever. Let's modify it, chmod plus x steam. It's not taking it. Steam, yeah, it's not taking it. I'm not sure what is going on, but I can do that manually. No, manually, the opposite. But manually for me, it means something different. Share applications. Let me from here. I'm not sure why, but okay. Maybe you can find it here. No? It's gonna take a while or what? Let me test it from terminal. Yeah, it's much better if you can just test the file from terminal. CD local. I think I haven't checked the permissions. Group permissions, perhaps. Applications. What's the problem? Okay, now it's green. So if it's green, can I execute this? Okay, I have an issue. Now I know why. Now I know why. I don't have bin, so that's a problem, but I have edit. No. Yeah, basically I was checking if I have edit, but I don't have edit over here. Yes, I have it, but it's in Flatpak. So because it's a Flatpak, you don't have the alias from here. So you can have an alias, for example, alias edit equals Flatpak run blah blah blah, and problem solved. Yeah. So let's open from here. It doesn't matter. It's taking so long, but It's good because I'm discovering new issues with the files. Local share applications, Steam. And basically what is failing, per, the access is good, this is good, this is good. This is make no sense. I don't need it. And min type. Oh, min type is problematic. Maybe. Let me try like that. Why? Let me open from terminal. Okay, I think I know what is the problem. Let me try something. Maybe I'm missing something. You can check the original one from here anyway. Something like user share applications Steam. Anyway, let me check. exec equals toolbox run Steam. I don't know. Do I need a comment? Perhaps it's the comment. Perhaps it's mandatory to have a comment. Yeah, maybe. Steam toolbox. Oh, maybe it's detecting this wrong. Name and then comment. Maybe it's that. I don't know. I never had this problem. Steam desktop. Okay. What if I add a new different one? I don't know. Toolbox. Oh, wait. I have one custom version, I think, from my host. Maybe. And I'm not sure what I did here. Local share application. I think should be easy like that. Just a couple of lines and it's ready to go. Toolbox. I have like a custom folder toolbox, and then I check, for example, celluloid. Oh, maybe because I forgot the version. No, version that has nothing to do with that. Generic name, version. Let me try. I'm not sure about that. Version likes 1.0. Then you have name. Maybe it's not well justified. And then you have like a generic name. Maybe then the game the Steam requires that generic, but you don't need all that stuff in order to run the command. So generic name, whatever, Steam play, whatever. It's an examples. Let me see if this is justified. Yeah, it looks great to me. So what else? Terminal files type application. Maybe this is messing with something. And for example, categories ends with that, with the comma and the actions as well. Yeah, I don't know the problem. Shouldn't be any problem. Yeah. Yeah, it fails from the beginning for some reason it's failing like that. For example, what happens if I use Toolbox enter, then I install sudo dnf install celluloid? Yeah, why not? For how long have been on live streaming? More than an hour. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyways, yes. Okay, let me check. Uh, let's see if this is working or what. Maybe I made some mistake with the cellular. For example, let's copy the user share application celluloid. Oh, it's IO point GitHub celluloid. Okay, whatever. Local. What I'm doing? Oh, I'm in the. Oh, okay, I'm inside the application. Perfect. Here. Not here. Yes, here. Celluloid. Dash toolbox point desktop. Yeah, okay. Oh, now I know what is the issue. Oh, okay. Never mind, never mind. I know what is the issue. Next. Okay. I feel stupid now. Yeah, just you know the issue, and probably you noticed the issue from the beginning. Yeah, I know. That's why the text wasn't detected as a desktop script. Desktop. Oh my gosh. Can you work now, please? Yes, Steam. No, it doesn't. It's not related to that. Huh. That's curious. Steam Toolbox Point Desktop is not even related. That's fine. That's funny. Huh. Okay, that never mind. Let me try with Celluloid. Um, for example, I have to do it from here because I don't have the command, but edit. That's funny. Everything is working fine on my system, but once I wanna make the, for example, let's try by removing all this stuff because I think it's more clear for you, and this way is faster as well. I don't know what I didn't do that from the beginning, to be honest, but I like the complicated way, you know. Keywords. Okay, let me remove this as well. That's too much. And then I don't need this. This is out. I know I don't need it. I know. Yeah. And I'm not sure about the rest, but for example, exec, it's the same. Toolbox Toolbox, run, celluloid, something like that. It's that easy. It's not that complicated, right? If this works on my host, why are you not working right now while I'm doing a live streaming? I mean, come on. You see what I mean? Yeah. I'm not sure what is going on with the Steam. I think Steam requires something else, perhaps. Yeah, another example. Okay, so you have this now add to your system as an app. Oh, wait, wait, wait. Are you working now? No, I'm not sure. No, it's not working. It's working. I'm not sure what is going on. I think it's random. This is a random issue. Let me try. So I did it right. I don't get it. But if after modify the file to desktop, why are you keeping me errors? I don't get it. You know what I mean? Exactly, that's the problem. So you basically it gives me an error here, but not on the system. That's weird. It's the first time I see this problem. But the other, okay, I get it. So it's like a shell problem over here. It's nothing related to the, okay. So it's working here, but it's not working from the terminal. Okay, whatever, never mind. Let me add a custom, icons. So it's gonna be completed the tutorial. I think it's much better. So you can see. So what I did in my host system is something like this. Basically, I put this inside this one, and then I rename this like this. Oops, Toolbox. So now I have the Toolbox apps inside here, for example, and you can add to favorite here as well. So you can run the container apps from Toolbox like that, something like that. Easy. Yeah. And let me add an icon. So let me show you how I do that. No, I think I have to do that from inside. Yeah. And now it's gonna take forever to open the Firefox, but it doesn't matter. How long of live streaming? 1 hour, 20 minutes. Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Let me take an icon. Perfect. Yeah. Slow. Yeah. Save image as, for example, inside of home control L. No. Local share. I'm gonna save inside of local share icons. Let's create the folder. Icons. Yeah. And this icon as, for example, Steam. Perfect. Steam PNG. Okay. Perfect. And let's modify the file once again. Edit. Let me do that with graphical stuff because I have no other choice. Okay, never mind. This is kind of slow for me. I prefer terminal always. But for you, it doesn't matter. I can do it like that, but you know, Vim for me is really easy. Yeah, this is kind of okay. Icon. Let's do something like, I don't know. this is gonna work or that or what. But something like ampersand point local share applications applications and Steam PNG. Okay, save. And I think now it's gonna take the icon. Can you? No, not yet. Let me do something like this. Okay, it's inside bar. Maybe it's much better if I use the entire, yeah, it's much better. The entire path. Not like that, but inside bar. Yeah, bar, home, then inside Fedora. Yeah, it's much better. If you use the entire path. Yeah, I know. Sometimes it takes things in the wrong way. Can you? Yeah, exactly. Now you have the icon. So that's it. Now you have the icon add to the host system, and this is an app that runs on a container. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, perfect. So yeah, let me sum up. We installed the system, Fedora Silverblue, an immutable system, and really amazing system how it works. It forces you to use containers or Flatpaks. If your favorite app is not available on Flatpaks, then try containers. And we try to install an app from a container, and I show you how to do that. We saw how Toolbox works, and then after installing the app, I show you how to add a desktop file, because it's kind of annoying to do that all the time from the terminal in case it's a daily drive app, you know. You have the app add to the menu on your host system, so now it's much better, easier, and it's ready to go. Yeah. The first time I discovered this, I freaked out. It's like, wow, really? Can I do that like that? That's fun. That's really amazing. Back in the days when I tried containers in 2016, I always wonder, can I use a container for graphical stuff and run applications? Yeah, technically you can do that, but back in the days was so much difficult. Like using BNC protocol, blah blah blah. It was really annoying. Nowadays, go with Podman. Technically, it's easier with some parameters, and now with Toolbox, it's just as easy as like any normal user can do that. Yeah. And just I just wish Fedora team could actually try something like integrate the GNOME software store and add like the Toolbox source, you know, something like that. And that could be really interesting. And then installing the app and adding the basically by adding the desktop by itself automatically. That could be really interesting, and I truly believe that technology automatization is gonna be a part of this, to be honest. That's the right way to go. Yeah, so that's it. um, uh, you can see I don't need to modify the host system. Okay, I forgot one thing, the last thing. How to go to do a rollback. Yeah. Okay, let's see that, let's say that, for example, you receive a new update. Um, yeah, you receive a new update, and then, for example, after rebooting, you have new problems. So you can do a rollback. Where is the rollback? Okay, doesn't matter. RPM is with RPM OS3 and then roll back, something like that. If you do rollback, it's gonna boot the previous image. I'm not gonna do that right now because it's gonna take some time to, you know. I'm not sure if you can do that instantly or it takes a time. I'm not sure. Let me try just like that. It doesn't really matter. I can show you. But yeah, it's a way to recover the system after a bad update. Sometimes happens. So I kind of like it. So it maybe can replace the snapshots from BTRFS. I don't know. I from a system perspective, yes, but not for in case you wanna do a snapshot for all the system with your stuff as well, or projects or something like that. Evidently, no, obviously, yeah. But maybe you can recover the system in this way instead of using a snapshot. And I'm not sure if you can do both at the same time, but yeah. So basically, it's done and it's telling you run systemctl reboot restart. Yeah, something like that, just like that. Yeah, okay. So now it's gonna boot with the previous image in case you have a problem with the system. So I'm gonna show you that once I open the software, the genome software, it's gonna ask for the updates again. Yeah. Is there a way to go forwards with the images? I never try, but to be honest, I don't think that will be the case, because if you wanna move forwards, why you didn't want to, why you basically did the rollback, you know? Yeah. Okay, perfect. Okay, that's it. I think this everything is already clear. And let me open just really quickly the genome software updates just to show you how it's done. It's so slow. Why? Oh, I know, because I'm in the previous image. So technically there is nothing right now. Yeah. So that means, okay, because my home hasn't been modified. Yeah, that makes sense. But the rest, what about the rest? I'm completely sure it's gonna ask for all the updates before that we had before. Yeah. Okay, so that's it. I think there is nothing else. Nothing else. No. Okay. About Toolbox, I think it was clear, more or less, the basics. I'm not gonna cover everything. I'm gonna record maybe an entire tutorial about Toolbox, so we can cover everything. Yeah. So you see the same updates from the system, except the Flatpaks. Yeah, Flatpaks are safe inside bar, so yeah, it's only for the system. So you see, you have the same updates you had before, because now it's like a fresh install again. Yeah. Okay, so that's it. It was really interesting. I truly believe this is the future, and it's a really interesting way of working with the system. So that's it. If you have any question, don't forget to make a comment. You can make a comment. I'm gonna try to reply you. Don't forget to share and like this tutorial if you like it. Yeah, I'm gonna try to make better tutorials, not something like that. This was really long, I know. Maybe it was kind of annoying for you, but it depends. Mm, Sometimes I don't want to record like a professional video. I just want to relax and record to live stream something. Yeah. Okay, so that's it. That was the Fedora Silverblue, the new immutable system, the new way, and I like it a lot. I'm looking forward to switch to Silverblue. The only reason I don't need it's because it's the same. I have a workstation, so it doesn't really matter. But for you, if this is new for you, yeah, definitely, yeah. So that's it. My voice is getting sore. Yeah, my throat. Oh my gosh. I've been talking for how long? 1.5 hours. Yeah. Okay, so that's it. I hope you like this system, this new way, and don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to my channel. Bye.